I had so much fun making part 1 of this video, so you know I just had to make a part 2. So without further ado, let's get straight into the insanity of Jujutsu sorcerers. And who else to start with than Mr. himself, Mechamaru. And now for the context, this man Mechamaru had just been a rat for Kenjaku and the disaster curses, moving like prime Shanks, but unlike Rat Hair, he had a reason to snitch, because in exchange he gets his body healed. Which shit, I would full on switch sides if they did that for me, because right now he looks like a Make-A-Wish kid. I can't lie, his bones are dead ass made of glass. He's fully wrapped up, look! Whole time he's sitting there waiting to get healed, Mahito and Kenjaku are talking about how they're just gonna kill him the second he's healed. And how are you going to sit that and take that? He ain't do no shit talk, no nothing, bro. Mechamaru low-key just took it. But anyways, Mahito heals him, and after all that trash talk, Mechamaru finally decides to do something and pulls out his puppet clones to beat the brakes off this patchy face bitch. But these niggas were dead ass fodder, like the average marine level of fodder, the average shinobi level of fodder. Heck, I would even say a transfigured human level of fodder, bro. Maybe even a flyhead level of fodder. So obviously this guy Mahito deals with these buns quick as fuck. They got a whole 15 seconds of screen time fighting this guy, and once he's done with the fodder, he gets ready to go finish what he started. But it turns out Mechamaru just up and ran, used his puppets as cannon fodder to dip. Like damn, I really thought he was about that shit, but I can't even blame him because you got 2 special grades ready to slime you. I'd be gone before Mahito even started fighting the clones. And just as I'm thinking Mechamaru is a pussy, this nigga busts out a whole fucking Megazord to fight this guy. And like, how did he build this? He's fucking disabled, bro. How did he hide it? How did he move it? I have so many questions and absolutely zero answers, because this nigga either made it right after deciding to become a rat, knowing he was gonna fight Mahito, which that was fast as fuck, bro. But back to the fight, my boy Mechamaru starts thinking about his bad Himiwa, which I can't blame him. I'd fight Mahito for some of that too. Like, I know you guys have seen that one image of Miwa. Yes, you know the one I'm talking about. And once he realizes he gets the crack if he wins, this nigga hits the Vegeta, blasting a big bang attack, dropping a year of curse energy into it, fucking eviscerating Mahito. But somehow, some way after this big ass explosion, Mahito makes it out with just some bum ass burn marks, bro. Like, what the fuck? This cheating ass motherfucker stays abusing his soul hacks, but Mechamaru can't let up, so he starts mashing the light attack just like me once I start getting my ass beat in any fighting green. Straight trying to slam Mahito through this bridge, and look at this pull up. He's coming out like a lion hunting his prey, like that one guy in the sun. He's just so beautiful. But after he does a little bit of aura form, Mechamaru realizes 1 year ain't gonna be enough, so he says fuck it, let's drop another year into nuking this bitch. So with 2 years of curse energy, I'm thinking maybe Mahito's gonna lose a body part, but no, this time Mahito doesn't get a burn mark. All that happens is he loses his fuck ass shirt. Like, bro, Gege, why do you love your villains so much? Like, I swear to God, Gege just loves giving his villains every single possible boost in the entire show. Other than Gojo, no sorcerer has shit. But obviously Mahito isn't just gonna sit there and let Mechamaru beat on him, so he weaves Mechamaru's attack to land one clean punch, and it has Mechamaru stressing, talk about if he isn't fast enough his garment's gonna break. Bro, it was one punch, it couldn't have been that bad. But it must have been, because in response, Mechamaru decides to start moving like Yusuke, hitting him with a spirit gun pose. Like, I didn't know you knew Bull Mechamaru. So he uses this little finger gun blast, and I'm thinking he's gonna do something like a Freezer death beam. No, he shoots out some needle thing that sticks into Mahito. Like, come on, man, did you not have any other artillery? And now I'm just there like, damn, my goat's completely washed. But in that same sentence, the needle fucking explodes his whole arm, and before Mahito can realize what's going on, he gets straight boot to his face, straight up getting disrespected by Mechamaru, getting sent across the forest. And while he's still recovering, straight slumped all over the tree, Mechamaru comes in with the meanest double drop kick since Robin. But you know, Gege loves his villain, so Mahito obviously has some bullshit to bail him out, so he starts moving like cars and transforms into a bird. And then we skip over to Kenjaku getting all geeked over the fact Mahito can get damage, hyping up Mechamaru, saying how he might defeat Mahito, allowing him to start the culling games. But once he's done climaxing over the thought of starting the culling games, Mechamaru drops 5 years of curse energy into what I can only assume to be Power Ranger themed heat-seeking missiles that chased out Mahito in one of the most beautiful action sequences. Like, the way Mahito shifts from creature to avoid these attacks is just so nice to look at, and it really shows how much care is put into the JJK anime. But enough glazing. But once Mahito realizes he's not a fighter jet, he comes in, weaves out the weight of Mechamaru's punch, starts sliding all up on his arm like he's Reggie Star surfing, and slices his shit out of some of Mechamaru's Mechamaru's head tentacles, which I don't know what these do, but they must have been important because it starts sending some alerts to the suit. But Mechamaru doesn't care. He comes in with a clean haymaker to push Mahito back, and now Mechamaru is feeling himself. He truly believes he can win, popping a Gurren Lagann drill to end the fight once and for all. But all you hear in response is domain expansion, and now I'm like, fuck, it might be over, because Mechamaru's whole suit gets dragged face down. He's laid out on the floor, and all I can think is how sad my goat went out. It hurts to see, bro. You can't have shit in JJK. And I'm just assuming Mechamaru's dead at the point, because Mahito's giving his whole villain monologue speech. Until bam, straight through this bum's chest, Mechamaru's pops simple domain, the same technique his girl be using on the daily, flipping Mahito off in the process, putting this guy on the meanest t-shirt. Look at him, the finesse, the aura. Mahito really got done dirty, bro. So now there's only one thing between Mechamaru and finally cracking Miwa, and right before he goes to give Kenjaku a spot next to Mahito in hell, we get to see a picture of Miwa in 4K, only for Aizen to release Kyokusui Getsu, shattering this nigga's dreams. All because this bitch ass nigga Mahito just couldn't die. He then stabs Mechamaru in the throat, stealing his whole flow, word for word, bar for bar. Like he saw that drill shit and thought we'd fuck with it when he did it. No, this is Mechamaru's move, bro. Chill out with that shit. And with no options left, Mechamaru pulls out his one and only non-fodder puppet to try and use his last attack and finally put an end to Mahito. And this puppet starts moving crazy, activating some rocket boosters to dodge and weave past all the attacks Mahito is launching at him. And the cherry on top is that he gets a clean Brody-like mouth beam onto Mahito, who then proceeds to break the puppet. But what do you expect, bro? Only to reveal my goat behind it with the murder weapon in hand, and with one last attack it looks like he's won for real this time. Like, I mean, he's actually beat Mahito. But just as I think we finally dealt with Mahito, we finally got revenge for Junpei, I see a flashback. And say it ain't so, man. There's no way. This flashback can't be him losing. It has to be one of those power up main character flashbacks. But like all side characters to get a flashback, Mechamaru is found dead in the forest. It's so sad to see, bro. Why did Mechamaru have to die? He had so much potential as well. But come on, man. How can I not glaze this guy? He fought what was essentially a losing battle against one of the strongest curses and was willing to run runs with the strongest curse user right after. And throughout the whole fight, Mechamaru truly believed he was going to win. And if you made it this far in the video, please make sure to like and subscribe. It means way more to you than it does to me. It only takes about a second. And if you want to see some more content like this, you might as well do it. Anyways, moving on. Next up, we got Yuta's wife, the one who left the all behind's daddy, and my mommy, Maki Zenin. Now, for the context, Maki her whole life has low-key been classified as a fraud by her clan. One, because she's a woman, and I'm just saying, if I were in the Zenin clan, I would have put a stop to all the sexism myself, because as the 6'4", dark-skinned, dread-headed feminist I am, I cannot allow that to slide. And reason number two, because she got not a lick of curse energy. Can't see curse spirits like her special glasses, and she ain't even like Toji because of her useless ass twin Mai, who is a prime example of how hard the Kyoto school is carried by Mechamaru and Todo. But back to what I was saying, Maki decides to go to the clan vault to, you know, rob her clan of whatever special goodies they got now that Megami is the new head of the clan, only to see her bum ass sister laid out on the floor and then instantly get jumped by her pops, because sometimes it really be your own blood. But after a very short fight, Maki also gets laid out because like she ain't no Toji, I said it before. So now he's dragging both his children across the floor, letting them bleed out. Mind you, whole time he's doing that, he's just dissing his kids, blaming them for not being a clan head, telling them they're trash, telling them they held him back and they're the reason he ain't got no hoes, no money and no clan. And once he's done roasting his own sperm, he then throws them into his pit of curse spirits to have them eaten alive. Side note, all the curse spirits are scared of him, which low-key is kind of cold, I can't lie. Like, imagine having an army of curse spirits be scared to attack you, bro, to jump you. But before they die, in what I can only assume to be the crossroads between life and death or some sort of secret twin telepathy, Mai starts talking about how she's gonna kill herself to give Maki a weapon, which in turn will make her stronger because she has a fucking overpowered soul weapon. And also because apparently in the world of Jujutsu, twins are classified as one person, meaning that if Mai is alive, Maki ain't ever gonna be no Toji. And as Mai sacrifices herself to create a well-written, not sexualized character, you know, something Oda could never do, she makes Maki promise to destroy the entire clan. And destroy she does, starting with her own pops, giving him just a little bit off the top, opening up his head, having him looking just like Kenjaku, bro. They twinning at this point. And Maki's dad must have been hella important because this causes the the whole clan to be alerted that Maki is now a demon that's coming for every single one of them, moving like Itachi, straight about to end the entire Zenin clan. And like any powerful anime group, they decide to send a bunch of fodder to go jump her, and she must have realized that they are all no-name bums, because without hesitation she starts sliming these guys, going one by one, just slicing and dicing, moving like she had the infinity blade in its prime.
And they go, sing, 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 sing.
And John Zenin decides to try an aura farm out here, bro. Like, look at you, you're none of that, bro. Just to get the same treatment as everyone else. Like, you didn't have to do all of that, bro. You just went outside. And I promise you, after this, she must have realized that we were all watching, or that this episode was revolved around her, because she starts styling on all these motherfuckers, turning off the saturation for every single color but their blood, quite literally painting the whole anime red for just how many niggas she's killing. She's looking like Franklin State, just straight bodies, 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 him, her, him, her. She then proceeds to ice skate across all the blood. MJ wishes he was this smooth. And why does she do all that? Just to get closer to some random bum, just to 1-inch punch this guy to death. Goku wishes he could have done this to Frieza. And then these idiots, after seeing half the unit taken out, are rightfully scared. I would be too. I would have ran away, but instead of running like a sensible person, like any reasonable jujutsu sorcerer should do in this situation, they still try and take her on, only for her to do this weird acrobatic shit, killing every single one of them. And once she's done killing all these guys, the Zenin clan give her no time to recover, sending the average shinobi to use some earth technique that lifts her up into the air, quite literally bathing her in the blood of all the fodder she just wiped out. And she is straight relishing in the blood, looking like a lion after killing its prey. Look at this image, bro. And this guy gets his fucking throat ripped out. They didn't even give him like a cool death, bro. They added a pop sound effect, straight embarrassing him for no reason. They turned a Mortal Kombat fatality goofy, bro. And then another random Zenin comes in and gets the exact same treatment. Like, what do you think was gonna happen, man? You just saw your day one get absolutely slimed, bro. It's not gonna change, bro. And then the humble feminist Ranta Zenin comes in and starts using his technique to hold her in place, because even though Ranta is a kind feminist, he's a family man first. So I can't lie, all this did was make Maki start grinning ear to ear, because she is absolutely geeked. Look at how excited she is to try and slime him, bro. She's happy that he's trying to hold her back. And the whole time she's being held in place, instead of, you know, attacking her, Jujutsu decides to try and imitate the aura of Satoru Gojo, waiting until the very last second to activate One For All and uses 100% barrage, seemingly taking her down once and for all, having Ranta all happy and shit right before exploding, only to have his head thrown in the river. But hey, at least Ranta had a whole 5 seconds of life to believe Junichi had won and saved the Zenin clan. And then guess who finally shows up? The bum of the Zenin clan himself, the Toji Dick Rider, pulls up on Maki saying, yo, where's your heart at? Only for Maki to respond, yo, my sister took it with me, bro. Like, oh my gosh, she's so clean. Well, this just leads into a straight barrage between the two, which Naoya eventually wins, and he starts glazing Toji because of it, saying that him out of all people is now on the same level as Toji and Gojo. And I need to pause this shit for a second, because what the fuck is this nigga talking about, bro? Like, he's slower than Naobito, who is the second fastest sorcerer behind Gojo. And bro, Toji at this point was still stronger than Maki, and you have just seen her run through your entire clan, and she is now taking near negative damage from your hits. Who the fuck gave you the confidence to believe that you could ever compare yourself to either of them in anything? Enough hating on this bomb. He then proceeds to say that Maki will never ever be like his big daddy Toji. So as Naoya is speed blitzing Maki, punching and throwing her through mountains, the only thing Maki can do during this beatdown is count in her head, talking about some 2, 4, 8, 16, 12, just straight random multiples of 2, until she does a fucking thunderclap. Like, who the fuck do you think you are, the Hulk, bro? And after she pulls out a fucking thunderclap, she decides to just sit there, letting Naoya speed up, going round and round, and leaving the fight to Naoya's final blow, powered up by his acceleration, until we get one of the most beautiful slow-mos of the last 10 years of anime, of Maki predicting exactly where he's gonna be, because she has finally figured out how projection sorcery works. And that beautiful slow-mo goes into not 1, not 2, but 4 replays of his face getting fucking smashed in, like the whole side of his skull was crushed. And just like that, Maki only had one loose end to tie up, and slowly but surely she walks room to room, calling her mother's name to ask her one question, And when she finally finds her, she asks, "Why did you make me come back?" And before she can answer, with one swing of her sword, the Zenin clan is officially dealt with. And again, I know I said it before, but I need to say it one more time. You made it like 40 minutes in the video. At this point, you definitely messed with my content just a little bit, so please like and subscribe, bro. I'm trying to hit 1K before the end of the year. And how could I talk about Jujutsu sorcerers without mentioning Satoru Gojo himself? Because if you watch part 1, you would know I spoke about how bad he was as a little jit. So now we have to talk about how insane he is as an adult. And what other example could I use than his time in Shibuya? Because this guy pulls up to Shibuya, and within less than 2 seconds, curses just start pressing him. Kanjaku got Jogo, Hanami, and Choso on a straight suicide mission, especially Choso. I know this guy was most definitely not informed about Gojo's full power, and you know Gojo, he just starts getting all cocky, talk about how easily he could slime every single one of them. And the curses and Choso, they weren't having any of that because they instantly get to fighting. Jogo was doing his own thing though, because he just starts killing random people, but Choso tries, and keyword tries, to use blood manipulation on Gojo. And Choso, I'm gonna hold your hand when I say this, bro. Please tell Kenjaku to take you off the starting lineup, bro. Kenjaku did not tell you anything about Gojo, none of his abilities, none of his powers. Why are we trying to use basic moves when he has infinity up? I promise you Kenjaku didn't tell Choso shit about the plan. Like, what did you think was gonna happen after you shot that piercing blood? This had to be a distraction for Jogo and Hanami. Like, I'm sorry Choso, but this ain't your ballpark. Please leave before the special grades start doing special grade shit. But even if it wasn't a distraction, Jogo and Hanami use it as one, jumping at Gojo from both sides and popping some domain amplification, you know, to try and break through that infinity, only for him to teleport out the way. And I swear Gojo is a dickhead, because they weren't even slightly reaching him. He had no reason to teleport. He could have just hit them away, and because he teleported, Gojo just slimes a random dude. Like, when you think about it, Gojo was indirectly responsible for that random guy's death, bro, because he said, if you run, I'm gonna kill someone, and he stood on his word. And Gojo, in response, you know, the guy who's meant to be saving the civilians, decides to get us all wet by showing us those big, beautiful blue eyes. Like, stop teasing me, Satoru. And this guy calls out Hanami, saying how she basically just runs away every single time they meet, and proceeds to say how he's gonna kill her first. But instead of doing that, he grabs Jogo, flips him around 180 mid-air, throwing him around like I threw away my pillow after my parents beat me. And side note, I really think Jogo just got done dirty in every interaction he had with Gojo. Like, it was always some sort of bullshit happening to him. Either he's getting tossed around like a ragdoll, or his rims are getting ripped off, sometimes both, bro. But anyways, Gojo then proceeds to hop on top of Jogo's arms, grinding all up on it, like, get this freaky ass nigga away from the curses. And then niggas will look at me and say Yuta is a curse lover after watching Gojo rub his dick all over Jogo's arm with a straight face. But after getting a hard on, Gojo finally decides to rip off Jogo's arm. But all I'm saying is, if it was Yuta, you would have treated the situation real differently. I would seen tons of Vigo AI slander of this. But after having Jogo's severed arm in his hand, he then proceeds to bitch slap Hanami with it and throw Jogo like a football towards Hanami, sending them right back to the same spot. And genuinely, I don't know how Jogo was still willing to fight after this, because me personally, that's enough reason for me to quit Jujutsu entirely. Clearly, I am not built for this special grade shit. But Hanami, not wanting her boy to die, decides, let me use my curse technique. And the second she does, Gojo starts getting all happy and shit. This nigga decides to get his freak on once again, straight tweaking as he jumps right onto Hanami's face, bro, riding her by the horns. And look at this man's face, he is far too happy to be in this possession. He then grabs onto Hanami's branches and just rips them out. Like, bro, you could have killed her either way, bro. You did not have to do this. Until again, Choso tries to get involved, bro. Choso, run. You ain't built for this shit, bro. Leave while you still can, bro. All you've done is waste blood.
Whose man is this? You put him on the TV.
But luckily for Choso, the disaster curses used the distraction again to try and pop some domain amplification to bypass infinity. But this time, this sick fuck Gojo decides to use that against them, straight pinning Hanami against the wall, grinning ear to ear as he hears her body get crushed like a cockroach, bro. Like, even when Jogo threatens to uppull and slime a group of random guys, Gojo still decides to just sit there and kill her, slowly but surely flattering her until she pops, ending up splattered on the wall like a roach, bro. But this dumbass, after failing the same technique 3 times, tries to sneak up on Gojo and with a kick to the head activates domain amplification. And after failing again, obviously, he starts threatening Choso to do something. Like, we know it's not gonna work, Choso. Like I said before, get out! Like, Choso, trust me, I'll keep Jogo busy, just leave while you can. But now Gojo is chilling, you know, he's all chill, knows that he can probably win this and he's gonna be able to save all the civilians. And around the same time, Gojo starts thinking shit is sweet. A train comes and inside is a fuck ton of transfigured humans that all get let out onto the civilians, and now it's back to fucking chaos. All the civilians start running. Obviously I would be too if I saw these disgusting transfigured monsters break out of this random train for no reason. I'm not gonna lie, I might try break the veil myself just to leave, but I might not even be able to because Mahito and Choso just start sliming a bunch of random civilians. But now Gojo is backed into a corner and he has no option but to pop his domain, which will either lobotomize everyone in the vicinity or crush everyone who is not caught within the domain. But like I said, these jujitsu sorcerers are not okay in the head, because instead of just killing everyone, he takes a gamble using his domain for 0.2 seconds on the dot, paralyzing all the transfigured humans and the regular civilians, and he just starts running through them one by one, just fucking slaughtering every single transfigured human, taking out over 1,000 within 299 seconds. And now it really looks like it's all over, until in front of Gojo we see Kenjaku's final checkmate. The prison realm opens, but right as Gojo is about to run, he sees a face he hasn't seen in years. He sees the face of the man he had to kill with his own hands, and like every other time Gojo loses, he is caught off guard, done for just enough time to trap him inside the prison realm. And before Kenjaku leaves him to be trapped for 100, maybe 1,000 years, he decides to reveal to Gojo that in fact he wasn't Geto after all. The intuition of the strongest can never be wrong, and Gojo only has a few words to tell Kenjaku before his imprisonment, and that's that Yuta Agotsu will do splendid as his replacement. And just like that, Satoru Gojo was laid to rest. And thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, subscribe. You know, I'm still trying to catch up in subscribers to Mano. He hit 1k before me, so now I have to hit 10k before he does, because that's the only way for me to get my get back. But again, thank you so much for watching. Have a great day. Future me, roll the outro.
I've been on the bench for the season, yeah. I won't ever fumble for no reason, yeah. You give me the chance, I'm never leaving, yeah. Baby, you my arm, I'm Mona Lisa.